Hi there, welcome to Semi-Homemade 7-Minute Snacks with Tricia Huang. This is the show where we take the best aspects of two popular Food Network shows, which are Semi-Homemade with Sandra Lee and 30-Minute Meals with Rachel Ray, and combine those aspects to make Semi-Homemade 7-Minute Snacks. Today we're going to be putting a spin on a popular, old-time favorite, Chex Mix. We're going to spice it up and add some new flavors to create the ultimate Mexican Chex Mix. This recipe that we're going to be making today is going to be a batch for 13 half-cup servings, so you can adjust it as necessary. And always remember, this recipe is a must-have at any party, so make sure to increase these measurements to make sure that everyone can grab a handful of your ultimate Mexican Chex Mix. And he's going to help me hold up some things so that you can all see it better. Okay, so first we're going to mix 1.5 cups of wheat Chex. Oh, and these are all pre-measured. And 1.5 cups of rice Chex. 1 cup of Cheez-Its. And I'm using jalapeno flavored Cheez-Its just for a little extra flavor. 3/4 cup of pretzels. And 1 cup of peanuts. Okay, and we're just going to close that up. Make sure it's tight, and just mix it up. And you can always substitute any of these ingredients. For example, say you don't like wheat Chex, you can use corn Chex instead. Or if you don't like rice Chex or wheat Chex, you can use all corn Chex. As long as you have the correct measurement of Chex, you can use any type of Chex. Also, say you're allergic to peanuts, then you can use corn nuts, or you can use popcorn. Or sometimes I like to use goldfish instead of Cheez-Its, just to make it a little bit more fun. And that's what I love about this recipe. There's so much flexibility, and I can put in whatever I want into it, or whatever I have in the pantry, which is why I'm not using corn Chex today, because I didn't have any. Okay, so next we're going to spray it with some butter cooking spray. And what this spray does is it acts as a binding for the spices that we're going to put on later. Otherwise, the spices will just sit at the bottom of the bag, and that defeats the purpose of Mexican Chex Mix. Okay, so spray it down, and then close it up real fast, and mix it up again to make sure it's all coated well. Okay, I think we need a little bit more spray. You can tell whether or not you have enough spray, because if it's not shiny, then there's not enough spray on there. Shake it up. Okay, and quickly we're going to add 4 tablespoons.
Sure.
4 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. And we're going to add half a package of taco seasoning mix. And this taco seasoning mix is what really makes this recipe semi-homemade and not homemade. If you wanted to make this recipe homemade, you could make your own taco seasoning mix, which would require you to measure out and mix together onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, dried oregano, crushed red pepper, salt and pepper, and you can call it homemade, but we do things the easier way around here, and we use taco seasoning mix, which is just as good as homemade, if not better. Okay, so we're just going to mix this all up together, make sure everything's well coated, okay, and that looks about good. And there you have it, your ultimate Mexican Chex Mix. And you can keep this in an airtight container for 1 to 2 weeks, but I wouldn't count on it lasting that long. Okay, we're all out of time, but join us next time. And remember, a great snack is never more than 7 minutes away, but keep it simple, keep it fun, and always keep it semi-homemade. Thank you.
You must be really happy about it. I know, right?
I really never thought about
I should have
I know. Sounds so good, isn't Oh, clever.
Write it down for me. Yes. I know. Me too.
That time you like, James Small. Who's James Small?
All right, Tricia, I thought that everything was really well planned in the presentation. You had everything set up early, portioned out well, and so that makes things work out for you during the presentation. You don't run into those complications. I like the role playing that you're doing at the beginning and at the end and throughout the presentation, but you especially emphasize that in the introduction. I thought that that was pretty effective. You stayed in character through the presentation. There is one section, probably in the first couple of minutes, where you're a little script dependent, and I thought, oh, that you're kind of breaking that role, that whole kind of character. But you got past that, and I don't think you ever went back to them, and you were much more effective after that. You're really talking to us and focusing on what you're doing without getting caught up in, what have I got in my notes? Let me just talk about what it is that I'm talking about, and let me remember to talk to the audience. I thought you did an excellent job on those kinds of things. Yeah, I don't have much else to say. I thought you did a really solid job on that. I guess maybe the one thing that might have added a little bit of flourish at the end, you just have everything in the bag there. If you'd had that bowl that you could have just said, and then you serve at your party, like that. And then you can put it back in the bag to take home with you later. Everybody, of course, is anxious, wondering when they're going to get some of that. All right, thank you.